Hey everyone and welcome back. So doing a quick pickups video. I actually wasn't planning to today because actually I do have some cleaning, some organizing, and even some shelves to build. Well, not build, put together. I'm not building them. I'm not quite that adept at that kind of thing. But I did get in my Vinegar Syndrome order for the month. As you know, I am a subscriber, so I do get their main titles every month. Now there are only three main releases this month, but two of them are double features. However, before I get to the Vinegar Syndrome order, I actually do want to include two things I forgot to include in my last pickups video. So I do want to include them just real quick. First one, I actually did get this in from Fright Rags, their Halloween 3 pint glass. As you know, I've gotten some of their other pint glasses, and I did only get one. Some of the other ones I think I got two, but this one I did only get one because obviously this is just for display because it is Halloween 3. But if you look very closely, there's sort of like the poster image of the witch. And then one side has obviously this image with Tom Atkins on the phone. And then the reverse is basically the three kids with a silver shamrock thing behind them. So again, fun little pint glass. I know they have one of the Thing coming up within like the next week or so. I'm actually really digging the pint glasses that they've been putting out over the course of the last like year or so. I just think, I don't know, it's just a fun, like different thing to have. And then the other thing I got in is another book. Actually, I've been getting a couple books in lately, and this one is the American Cinema book from I think the mid-90s, right? Companion to the, yeah, it's like, says like 95. So this is actually a companion piece to a documentary series that was done called American Cinema, and actually that was like a PBS thing. And I remember when I was younger, I sort of came across it and I really loved it. And actually I have the DVD set somewhere. I definitely need to keep that because that's not what I'm getting rid of. But I never knew there was actually a book that went along with it, and I sort of came across it and I got it for a very good price. I mean, outside of some minor age issues around the outside, it's actually, it's basically a new book. As you can tell, it's quite big, and so this one's a little bit more awkward to kind of go through, but obviously it has a lot of information and pictures and all kinds of stuff. Let's see if I can randomly stop on something here. Like here's one here, which obviously has to do with like westerns and stuff, which was one of the top, I forget how many episodes there were of that series. There were like 7 maybe? They sort of kind of handled like different aspects of it. One of my favorite ones, probably my favorite one in the entire series, is one, I think it's called the Film School Generation, which basically was all about like majority of the filmmakers who kind of came about in like the 70s and everything sort of changed Hollywood. So you actually have like Coppola and Spielberg and Scorsese and like De Palma and like a bunch of those guys, who, George Lucas, like who just kind of really came in and kind of changed the system. That one is probably my favorite one out of all of them. And it's obviously mainly on sort of, movies in general, so it's not really much of a concentration on horror, but you can see here's at least a quick one of, obviously, Lon Chaney from Phantom of the Opera, as well as there's Boris Karloff as Frankenstein. If you can see that, maybe I get a little bit closer. There's Frankenstein there in the corner of the book, or the curve, the spine of the, you know what I mean. And just real quick, here's kind of another fun one. Here's King Kong, a couple of minor things on King Kong here, and then this page, this great image from It's a Wonderful Life, which look at that. This is really cool. Really nice book. It definitely makes me want to kind of dig out the DVD set and go back through that documentary again. You probably, I should look. You probably find it on YouTube, I'm sure. But now let's get to the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. So let's see. Let us start with sort of the one non-double feature one, and that is the movie Reform School Girls. And there's the front of the slipcover, and there is the back. So young, so bad, so what? And just pull it out real quick, and it does feature the original poster artwork on the inside. I believe that's the original poster artwork anyway, and just text on the back. And there is there's the disc right there, and there's a flip on the insert, which you can see right there if you want. I like the original poster artwork, so I'm going to leave that one up for myself. And then next up in the double feature one is Hard Rock Zombies, which is one of the films. That's one side of the slipcover, and then the other side has the other film, and that is Slaughterhouse Rock. And just real quick, so in the inside you do have a flip cover, but I do have the Slaughterhouse Rock one up, when you can see down in the corner, bonus feature, Hard Rock Zombies. There's the front of this one, and there's the back just with details and stuff. So now the nice thing is, so it does actually have them on 2 different discs, which is actually kind of nice. So they didn't sort of jam everything onto just one disc. And you can flip the inside for the Hard Rock Zombies one as well, and just say also the opposite bonus feature, Slaughterhouse Rock, as well. So you can, depending on which one you go. I'm going with Slaughterhouse Rock just because I'm a little bit more familiar with that one. And I forget who put out the Blu-ray that before. Was that Code Red? I think it was Code Red. Put that out like a couple years ago. And then finally, the big one for this month is, of course, a 4K release, also a double feature, and that is Schizoid. Here's one side of the slipcover with one film, and X-Ray on the other side of the slipcover, which is obviously the other film. Pull this up, and here is one of the inside covers. You can see Schizoid, and then X-Ray down in the bottom, and just text real quick at the bottom. Reverse of that, of course, can be with X-Ray sort of the main one, and then Schizoid down in the corner. And with the case of this one, so you do have, here's the 4K disc of Schizoid, and then the 4K disc of X-Ray, and then the Blu-ray does have both on them. But I think these films are a little bit shorter too, so I think that's why like you can put them on one disc and it should be okay. But indeed, for the 4K, each movie does have its own disc. So anyway, like 3 actually pretty good releases this month, and again, with 2 of them being double features, there's actually, you know, again, 5 movies here, 2 of which are in 4K. That's definitely it for this video. I think some of the other stuff is going to be a little bit more scattered about for just a little bit, but I always like kind of doing like the Vinegar Syndrome stuff on its own when I can. So definitely let me know if you're getting in this month, or if you got in your order. And a buddy of mine who's not a subscriber did already get his order in as well. And I know I'm still a little bit slow on responding to comments. I'm trying to get to them as quickly as I can. So thank you for being patient with me on some of this. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.